Today, I'm going to be going over a video of exactly how you can market your CBD, hemp, and cannabis company in 2024. I'm going to be going through every single strategy that you should be using that has been tried and proven, and it's not the one-on-one strategies that everyone seems to say. So I recommend that you stay until the end of the video. And with that being said, I'm going to dive into things. But before I get into it, I want to mention that we are a cannabis-based marketing agency, and we have been for the past 6 years. So that sounds interesting to you, and you want to see exactly what we do, and you want to scale more dramatically, and you're making over $20,000 per month in online sales, then book a call with us below. So with that being said, I'm going to dive straight into the video. Now, starting with strategy number 1, which is obviously using social media. Now, before you roll your eyes and click off because it sounds one-on-one, it won't be. Now, there are a few ways that you should be going around this. And as you know, the video is king. I'm sure you've heard it time and time again, and I don't care how technologically disadvantaged you are, you should be using video content for your advertising and for your social media. Across the board, TikTok has taken completely over, but so has YouTube. If you're not publishing or making videos, or at least using other people to make videos for you, you are fighting and losing battle. Social media doesn't cut it anymore. Organic traffic is near to none, and you can count that out as a strategy. Posting on once or twice per week is not working anymore. So with that being said, what you should be focusing on is real content, different content that is made to be consumed, content that goes over people actually using your product as a meme, your product as something that people can actually use in their daily lives. That is what you should be doing. Now, there's a few ways that you can go about this. You can create short form content, or you can create long form content. You can do that on either platforms, but I highly recommend that you learn TikTok really quickly and you just take out your phone and film some content. You never know what will happen. Go have a look at other companies in the industry that are doing really well, or even go look at the ads that you found yourself watching and have a look at how they've done that. Otherwise, have a look at what other companies are coming on your feed without needing ads and see how they're approaching it. See what is working for them. That will be your best reference point. Now, with that being said, it is also extremely important to keep an omnipresence. So as much as video content is king, you still need to be working on your socials as much as possible. It is the best chance at an organic traffic that you actually have. So make sure that you are utilizing the resources. But the best thing to do is obviously work yourself into that video content. Now, strategy number 2 is influencers. And no, I'm not talking about influencers that you pay $500 and you see nothing in return. That doesn't work, and it never has. The way that you should be approaching it is by finding micro influencers, number 1, and influencers with a multitude platform. So not just influencers on Instagram that post and get 1,000 likes here and there. You should be finding influencers that are very specific to a sub-niche, and you need to dial into that sub-niche. So for example, if you're selling CBD products that are more catered towards athleticism, then you should be finding athletes, and you should be finding athletic-based pages and contacting these micro-influencers with 10,000 to 30,000 followers and working out a retainer deal with them. And you should be structuring it so that they have minimum deliverables every single month as if they were contracted, and then you base it on the ROI that you're bringing you. That's what we used to do for our clients when we were a full service marketing agency, and it worked incredibly well. Now, the other side of the coin is that you should be finding influencers with a platform. So again, you need to dial into a sub-niche ideally and go all into it. So I'm going to use the same example as if you were an athletic-based CBD brand. Now, if that is your alignment, if that is your direction, then what you need to do is you need to double down, and you need to find athletes or athletic pages or athletic blogs that you can either go and find a newsletter placement on, or just utilize their audiences. You can build up partnerships, you can find a creative way to do it. Which brings me to my next strategy, number 3. You should be doing partnerships and podcasts. So essentially, just similar to my last point, where you want to find people to kind of elevate your standing in the industry, you also want to get immersed in the industry as much as possible. Again, not necessarily in just CBD, but you want to find athletic-based podcasts. You want to find athletic-based newsletters. You want to find athletic-based partners. So people that have been proven to be successful in that industry, maybe a famous baseball player. You want them to partner with you for some kind of deal, maybe a revenue share deal or something along those lines. And if they're not willing to do that, then they are not confident enough in their abilities to sell, and you want to leave them behind. But let's just say that you, for example, partner with popular doctors in your area and they give you referrals. That's a great way to go. We have some people who have podcasts, or we have clients that have podcasts, and they actually get doctors to come onto their newsletter every single week to post about health and well-being. But they also get these doctors to appear on their podcast. Not only does it build authority, but it also builds on their existing network, and it will look incredibly good on you. But not only that, remember what I said about point number 1. Video is king. So what you need to go ahead and do is you need to get featured on podcasts. You will assert your authority, but you will also build a very organic audience in that way, especially if you niche down, like I said. So if you appear on multiple podcasts about athleticism or supplements in the industry, and you have a unique take or some unique proposition to give, you will excel. Not many people are immersing in the industry in that way, and this is the time for you to get ahead with that approach. Now moving on to strategy number 4, email marketing. Now what I mean is that no matter what amount of traffic that you're getting and no matter how much you're doing outside of this is the best shot that you have at retargeting and managing your existing audience. It is incredible how many CBD and cannabis companies neglect this part of their marketing. But you should be, number 1, building up an existing database. The whole point of this, growing a customer list and growing your customer base is to capture those details so you can get them to spend more and return more often. And the only way you're going to be able to do that is to find a way to communicate with them without restrictions. Social media is limited, no one is reading your keywords, and apart from that, ads are still touch and go. So the best way to retarget people and the best way to communicate with them to get them to spend or return is with email marketing. Now, I recommend that you use a platform called Clipio. This is the best way they can actually track ROI per campaign, and it's the most user-friendly, and it integrates really well with WooCommerce and Shopify. Now, with that being said, there is a way for you to do outbound as well. And if you want to learn a little bit more about that, maybe I'll put a video together. Just let me know down below in the comments or send me an email and I'm happy to cover that separately. But for the time being, what you need to do is you need to be constantly communicating with your existing audience. And the traffic that you're getting to the website, you need to capture. Because what that's going to tell you is no matter how much traffic you're getting, if you're not able to capture them, it won't matter how much you grow. So no, it doesn't matter how much money you put into SEO, it doesn't matter how much video you put out into the ether, it matters more how much of that you're actually capturing, and then you can scale up. The best way to do that is with email marketing. What you should be doing is sending an email at least once per week, and you need to make it more value-based. Everyone in the industry is selling discounts and they're selling their brands down into the ground. What you need to do is stand apart and have an authoritative standing. The best way to do this is to send value and make sure that people know about your brand, know about your why, and know about what you offer. And again, make it simple, make it compact, but make sure you're constantly communicating. Any new products that you're releasing, any kind of products that have been out of stock that are now back in stock, this is the best way to generate sales. Across the board, we find that out of all of our clients that we work with and across the industry, out of the total online revenue that you're making, email marketing should account for approximately 30% of that. And if you're not making that, then that is the kind of increase you should see to online sales. So with that being said, let's move into the next strategy. Now, the next strategy might surprise you, but it's Facebook ads. Now, I've got a separate video going completely in depth about Facebook ads now that the Meta has changed their restrictions, but it is possible. Now, just to give you a brief rundown, what you need to do is number 1, set up a landing page. Number 2, set up your Facebook and social medias and make sure they're connected to a pixel. Number 3, what you want to do is choose a product and choose your creatives and activate the ads. But make sure that that landing page redirects to your main website. The next thing you want to do is you want to upload a customer list, or you want to be very specific with your targeting. And then the last thing you want to do is set up a pop-up to capture that data and that information. So again, the importance of actually capturing any traffic that comes to you is to be able to retarget that. And now that Facebook ads is a little bit more lenient with our industry, this is something that you should really be looking into. Again, I'm going to link a video where I go completely in depth, step by step, on how you can set up advertising for CBD, hemp, and cannabis companies, and I'll leave that below this video. So go ahead and give that a watch. But you should be doing an omnipresence of at least working with a multitude of factors that I've mentioned in this video. You should be working with influencers. You should be running video content. You should be doing SEO. I know I didn't mention that, but you should be doubling down on that, especially with functions like ChatGPT, where you can kind of write blogs within seconds. You should be utilizing all of that and using it to your advantage. Now, apart from that, obviously email marketing is our preference. That is our primary service at the agency. And the reason for that is because it's trackable, and you can also make sure that you can scale that. So with that being said, that pretty much compiles the 5 strategies that I recommend for CBD, hemp, and cannabis, and how you can market your company in 2024. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out. But also, if you feel like you want to scale your company a little bit more, go below this video, book in a call with me, and we can see whether we would work together. So with that being said, I'll see you in the next one. Thanks.